Nós tem que tá
Yeah, mas começa do início.
Ok, começa do início. Com o introduction com tudo. Alright everyone, this is Alex bringing to you another Islndz talk. This time we have the Islndz only crew. We're going to be talking about some serious topics today. Hopefully we're gonna get to do it like this for a couple more episodes. But today I got Alex. I got Alex, of course. No, you can let it go. Let it go, bro. I got Alex, I got Kiko, and I got Filipe, aka Muleki and Ferox. You guys know us as three members of the Islndz crew. We're missing one today, but we're gonna start with a roundtable of introduction, making sure you know everybody, making sure you know exactly what we do, and then we'll get on to our conversation. So, Kiko, what's up, my guy?
What's up, my people? Yeah, so again, Kiko, Muleki, whatever you guys want to call me. So at Islndz, what I'm responsible for pretty much all the financial aspects, partnerships. I'm also responsible for inventory management and logistics within your orders. So if anything goes wrong with your orders, you can reach me out and I'll try to fix it or try to locate where the order is. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I do here. Then I got my boy Ferox. He's gonna do his little introduction also.
What's up, guys? I'm Filipe, aka Ferox on Instagram and social media. At Islndz, I can consider myself like more as a creative director kind of role, where we develop marketing strategies, take care of all the creative artworks, videos, stuff like that. How we gonna position our image and branding and stuff. A little bit about customer service as well, and then just marketing in general, how we position ourselves. And what else? Oh yeah, to them, we're all rocking the everyday hoodie.
Oh,
So
freshest
yeah,
release.
and then we got Alex.
Yeah, so Alex, right? So my name is Alex. I'm Mr. Good Vibes on Instagram. You guys know me. I basically I'm in charge of product development for Islndz. I try to get the early stages of design and I present to the group and we brainstorm what exactly we want to do and I try to do the graphic design and the product design behind it, right? And then I get to work with Filipe and collaborate with him because he kind of needs to have an input on what the product marketing strategy is going to be around it. And then Kiko helps me also figure out how we're going to be within budget on what we want to do. And it's a whole team effort, and I really like doing this. We gotten to grow a lot of business skills and acumen through the years doing this, and I really appreciate doing it. Now we're gonna do another round table, just very quick. What's your favorite hobby? I'm gonna start myself. One of my favorite hobbies is actually working for Islndz, and I like that. I like doing that every day. As much as I can, I try to do some work. Either is kind of thinking of ahead on what we're gonna be doing in the future. You know what I mean? And try to draft up ideas and reach out to potential suppliers and new people we want to work with. So that is basically my only hobby right now that I'm 100% focused. I like to go to the gym once in a while. I like to play soccer once in a while, watch some movies and TVs, but that's just very occasionally. So we'll go back to Filipe and then we'll go to Kiko after.
Yeah, so lately I think my hobby's been kind of the same all around the islands. Just constantly thinking of, what's next, what's the next move, how to play, the next thing, how to, put ideas out, constantly looking at, different things we can do, looking at, different brands, bigger brands and see, okay, if they do a campaign or something this way, maybe we can do it this way. So I guess my hobby is just browsing around either on Instagram or Google, just looking for new ideas, new opportunities as well.
Research,
yeah. So a bunch of that, and then you kind of combine that with listening to music and other podcasts. I think that's pretty much how I've been spending my time lately. And
That's
then
cool. That's cool, man. Nah, for me, my hobby, I DJ. I DJ for fun. I DJ for hobby. Never thought of doing it as a full time career. I really like to be also like throwing parties with Roots Madrugs. You might know us from there also. That's another hobby that I have. Bro, like a lot of things, man. I'm into a lot of things. I'm into investing also. I'm starting to get into
yeah,
investing. That's
Yeah.
another hobby
forgot
that I
about that.
have. And yeah, as I like to call myself, serial entrepreneur. It's that
And you know
everything that
what?
comes into the table, I'm ready to do it.
You just dropped a
That's
potential
it.
topic
I know.
for a future podcast, and maybe that's the one that you're gonna be running, which is investing.
Investment.
Very
Yeah.
big nowadays. Very
Yeah.
big. You got to make sure you taking care of that nest egg. You got to make sure you're taking care of your future. What you're gonna make sure you're gonna have years from now when you retire, and you're basically not generating any income.
Nah,
So,
that's facts. That's facts. That's a topic that many people don't feel comfortable talking about. Talking money, talking getting the bag, talking spending money, talking getting out of debt. A lot of people don't like to talk about it, but I
Why do you
really.
think people don't like talking
Nah, it's
about it?
just a taboo because people are afraid. Because since they were born and they live with their parents, the parents are afraid to tell them how much they make, how much they spend.
That's true.
But then
Yeah.
that will cause some problems down the line for the kid because he
You have
never
no
knows
idea.
what's the true worth of something or the true expenses of leaving. So I think we should be way more open about that type of conversations, and we're starting to get that into the community. That's why investing is coming along. So that's a really important topic, and for sure we're gonna bring that to a Isla Stock for sure.
yeah, we're definitely gonna bring that into a more structured discussion. Today we're getting into something it's similar, but it's more related to black owned businesses and black owned products and black owned everything, right? We're coming off of Black History Month, obviously. February is Black History Month. Everybody knows about that. Um, People over here celebrate Black History Month and the whole concept about it in different ways, right? We are all Cape Verdean in this table, and we tend to look at things in a different perspective than most people that have lived here for, I don't
The
know,
entire lives,
ever
yeah.
since they were born, exactly, right? So I'm gonna start off for this question, right? Because even on Instagram, they got this whole thing buy black, hashtag buy black, and this and that. And I wanted to ask my two guys here, how has your purchasing behavior changed to impact black businesses? I know everybody's being motivated right now to buy black. Before I get into to what you guys are talking about, what you guys want to answer, I'm just gonna say at my job, for example, we started this whole concept that's called My Black Receipts, which is something that's motivated based on what we saw on the internet. So we're motivating everybody across the company to buy from a black business and take a picture and send it to us. And I think they total all employees, they spent over $1,000 or whatever in black businesses and whatever, basically. And it was something that it motivated people because they had the pride to come in and take a picture of the receipt and send it to us, and we would go in and validate the business and make all that stuff. So it was fun. We had a couple people that won. We were actually challenging to see how much they would spend, and it starts there. And I want to hear you guys' ideas on how you guys have changed your behavior and how you've thought about this in a creative way. So I'm gonna pass the word to Kiko,
Yeah.
so he can expand on
Yeah,
that.
so definitely for me, I think one of the I'm gonna teach you guys a trick that I do, right? Whatever I need to do, whatever I need to fix, I just call a shop, like your main brand shop, and I ask them for a quote, and I get the price, and then I go to my buddy that I know that does the exact same thing. I say, hey, they charge me this. If you could do the same price or even lower, I'm going to your business. So that's a type of mentality that I have. Like if I have like someone that I know, especially a black owned business that I know has the capabilities of doing the same exact service or producing the same exact product for the same exact money or even less expensive, then why wouldn't I help them, right? If I know that I have like a friend or I have a black owned restaurant around the corner that has great food, why am I going to another restaurant? Why don't I just go in and drop in that restaurant, right? So I've been trying to adapt those little things bit by bit so I can just help out the community, because at the end of the day it's just helping out the community and also networking. Like since I
It's a
started to
big
getting
one.
into
Yeah.
interested in like black owned business, I started to know a lot of people, way more people that I used to know,
Hmm.
and they actually impact my life. It's like connections over connections over connections. So those are the little changes that I'm trying to make, and I do my research. If I'm buying something or I need something, I just spend a little bit more time instead of just going into Google and saying, "Oh, best place to change your tires." Nah, I'll just ask around. Yo, do you know someone? Do you know someone? Then you'll definitely find someone in your community that does the same exact job for the same exact quality. So yeah, that's how I'm looking into
And
things right
if
now.
and if you do exactly what you just did, which is bringing in the price from a business that's probably bringing in way more money than your buddy's business is doing, you're
Mm.
actually helping him become more competitive in the market because you're bringing him prices from other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That
Exactly.
way
Exactly.
he can actually gauge where he should be to get more
Exactly.
customers.
Yeah,
You know?
because like if you know, like small businesses sometimes are afraid to charge, right? Because they
Yeah.
think because they're
Yeah.
small they cannot charge that much as a big business. I'm like, nah. I just had this conversation the other day with one of my guys. I'm like, bro, if I'm taking my $800 to this multi-million-dollar company, and I know you can do the same job, I can bring that same $800 to
To
you,
you.
and you can do it.
Yeah.
And simple as that. As long as you provide me the same quality and the same service, then why not? I know you need it way more than the multi-million-dollar company, because I know that money is going to streamline from you to your kids to your wife to your parents inside of your house, and the multi-million-dollar company is just streamlining to their stocks and etc etc. So that's how I think about it.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's great. It's great that you think that way. It's great that you're acting that way too. And Felipe, how has your purchasing behavior changed, man? What have you done? I mean, it doesn't need to be crazy impactful, and people think that buying black needs to be. Oh, nah, I gotta go out there and
Yeah.
strictly all my
Yeah.
purchasing has to be from black. But it doesn't mean that. It means that you do
Yeah.
small incremental changes.
Yeah,
What
of
have you
course.
done?
Of course. So I've been mostly doing that when it comes to food, because I feel like that's more accessible. For example, you're driving around or something and you're like, okay, I need a place to eat or something. I'm hungry. Instead of just going to like, Chipotle or something, you can basically get the same food. And the thing about it is like mostly local, because as we have our small circle, we have friends and we know people, and it's like, hey, this spot, it's black owned, it's Cape Verdean. It might be, Nigeria, it might be all kind of like different food, like from outside America. So I would rather go to that, instead of a big franchise. I think that's where I've been doing most of like supporting black, supporting local. That's where I go the most. With online shopping, it depends. If I'm not looking for something specific, if I have options, if it's something that I can be bought in like either a friends or someone,
Yeah.
that's definitely has a like a preference over, let's say, a generic brand, so I think it's important just to be aware, have information, and kind of know places around, know people. Goes back to networking, what Kiko was saying. It's like, okay, you want to support, but how do you do it? Do you just go on Google and search for places? Yeah, you can do that, but I think it's more important if you're like within your circle, you do networking, you meet more people, and then that way you establish connections. They will tell you, about their habits. They will tell you, okay, what they do. They will show you the places. So that's how
Yeah.
I kind of learned a lot, from working with, a lot of different people, driving around and all of that. It just, you get to know a lot of different places that usually you wouldn't think of. So I think it's all about that. Goes back to networking.
Yeah, it goes back to networking and getting to know your community. What I think we're missing a lot in especially the Cape Verdean communities is a database of businesses that are either in the food industry or in the clothing industry that we can go in and we can look for stuff to buy. You know what I mean? And we also did that at my job. You know, we partnered with this database of black businesses in many areas so people can easily find instead of going in and
Yeah,
googling,
yeah,
because
that's dope.
when you google bunch of stuff show up. You
Show
know what
up,
I mean?
yeah.
Like
And
all right.
sometimes you don't know. You're like, okay, am I
Exactly.
actually supporting something or
So
not?
this webpage, they do a curated list of the businesses, and they do like a nice description of what they do, and people usually go, they click on it, and they learn about the businesses, and then they get the incentive of going in and purchasing something from it. So that's an idea out there for you guys that are tech junkies or whatever. Start a database for Cape Verdean businesses so everybody can find them the quickest way as possible, even if it's an Instagram page, and post it all in there. You know what I mean?
That's a good idea.
It'll help more people.
Something to go based off of, like,
Yeah.
hey, I
Yeah.
got this.
Some
this
people
list.
don't
You got
know.
suggestions. You need suggestions.
know.
Some people don't
kind
know
of like a
islands.
Black Yelp.
The-
Like
the-
a
Yeah,
Black
Black-
Yelp.
or-
I
yeah,
think there might have
exactly.
been something.
The most crazy thing though,
Similar to that.
The most crazy thing though is because there's actually something.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting the name,
I
but there's
forgot
actually
about it.
it's like, I don't know. It's like an Amazon for black owned.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like an
yeah, yeah,
Amazon
I've
for
heard of
black
that.
owned. That's impactful because like small businesses and like most black owned within
That's the
your
way to
community
get
are gonna be
yourself out there.
Small businesses, you got to get yourself out there, and then it's gonna be word of mouth and networking. Nah, but that's cool. And I also forgot to say, like, all of us here in the house, we're doing like meal preps, and we're using a black owned meal prep company to do it. Shameless plug, Filipe's Kitchen. Shout out to you guys. Nah, but that's cool because we could have used like Blue Apron or something along those
Yeah.
lines, but we're using a black owned, and we get it every week. Every week we get our order and we do it. So small things. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be big. It's small
Yeah.
things.
We'll drop the hashtag, no, not the hashtag, the tag to her business so you guys can look up. Food is amazing. It's great, and the presentation is also amazing, which is something that to be honest with you, I've tried a couple services and they don't really match what she's doing right now. She's doing exactly. She's doing an awesome job. I'm loving that other people are also coming in with us on this journey and spending money on her business, because that's how it should be. You know what I mean? It flows. That's it goes back to one of the videos I was talking to that I did on social media the other day. It's like $1 spent on a small business, being a black business or whatever, it feeds many different smaller categories that we don't even know that actually need that dollar more than a bigger branch. You know what I mean? So people have to be conscious about that. They have to be conscious. Now, I was going to bring up the meal prep service as my experience to
supporting black.
Yeah, to purchase, to change my purchase behavior to spend more on black businesses.
Yeah.
But that is one. The second one also is an event that we threw, and we actually invited one of our childhood friends to come in and serve food for everybody.
Yeah,
And
facts.
I forgot, it's
Susu MT.
Bifana Água na Boca.
Água na boca, yeah. That was
So
cool
Água na
also.
Boca, my guy Susu, he pulled up and he did a great job.
Yeah.
People were amazed by the shawarma that he was coming in, picanha shawarma, and he had chicken shawarma.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was bomb.
He came in and it was amazing. People came up to me and be like, "Hey, Alex, this is ridiculous. This is crazy. Thank you very much for having him come in." And it's one of those things. It's an event that we threw for the people that follow us and the people that like us. and we try to partner with somebody else and have him come in and
See?
take a share of the pie. That's how it
Networking,
is.
getting people to know each other, putting, others out there, connecting
That's
people.
how it is.
You got a lot of, you got basically an audience
Yeah.
there at the event of Cape Verdeans, that live in here, they got the dollar, they need, they want to spend it.
They
And
do.
basically we linked up, with the small business, and they were there. And I bet you, from there a lot of people kept on, getting the product, and that's what it's all about.
And the owner of the venue also is Cape Verdean.
Yeah.
So you're linking
You're
up.
surrounding,
You know what I mean?
by black and doing your part. So
That's what people gotta do more. We have to put time to link people up with each other, because we can't hide our businesses or hide what we do or hide other people that are doing great work, because that's not the way that we're gonna grow. We have to share the information. We have to make sure that you know what's the business that's in your area that you can impact today or tomorrow. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, great thing, man. Great thing. I love that you guys are doing that, and as Islndz too, we hope to in the future maybe collaborate with other businesses as well in stuff like this to kind of help people change their purchasing behavior, because that's something that we're very interested in. You know what I mean? Try to make sure we funnel in different avenues of Cape Verdean and black-owned businesses. And that flows right into one of the topics that you just spoke about, which is the value of products and services from black businesses. Because it looks like there's an idea, right? It's my buddy. Pulling up to my buddy, he's going to give me a deal. He's going to give me the cheapest deal on town because his work really is not worth that much. I want to know, why do we think that way? Is there a perception that when you're coming up to a black-owned business or a small business that they should charge you less because they don't have a name? And I'm going to start with Filipe because you had that first question.
I think definitely not, man. Like, there's that perception for sure, but we should definitely not do that. Like, we felt that. I think we kind of learned it the hard way right in the beginning when we started doing clothing. I remember like 2017. We had t-shirts. They were cheap. They were $20, but still people would say, "Oh man, give me a deal. Give me this." "Oh, let me get a t-shirt," stuff like that. And still to this day, people do it. I think it's just lack of education. Lack of information. Like, they don't see it the same way we're seeing. Like, we just spoke about it a while ago. Like, you need to, think about how you're gonna spend your dollar. The same person that was probably asking me for a free t-shirt will probably go to the mall and spend, hundreds, thousands in like designer stuff. I think it's all about like education and you having the right information and knowing, like, especially if it's your friend, your buddy, your family or anything, they can do the same quality or even more or even better. And for big companies to get to where they are today, they start somewhere. They need to start somewhere. And again, that's when it's the most important for you. People tend to feel like it's like when you go to the big companies, you kind of want to show you have money, so you kind of want to overpay that. You leave big tips, but then when you go to your local shop, you feel like you're entitled or something. I think that goes back to like not being humble enough. And you're like, this is my local, grocer.
That's exactly
Like, come on, you're selling me 2 bananas for $1, and I give you $1. I give you 50 cents for 2 bananas. Just an example, because like you feel like you have the power, you're entitled.
Or let me buy this and get that for free.
I know, right?
That's the perspective. It's crazy.
The thing is, like, from our side, sometimes we feel so appreciative, that someone is spending their money with us, that we kind of want to reward them and like, hey, you've spent this much here, we'll get you this thing. Sometimes even if before they ask it, I'm already think about like, okay, I should this guy just spent $200. Let me get him like a free shipping or like a free,
Exactly.
a free another item for free or
But
something.
that's a relationship.
Just like a
that's
thank
a
you.
networking thing.
But the
You
thing
know what I
is, if they just ask it before you present it to them,
mean?
it kind
makes-
of breaks the deal. Now you're like,
Yeah.
damn, this dude is like actually like looking for it, and it kind of
And I
breaks
think,
the vibe. I think.
I think people don't realize how when a small business gives something to you for free, or you ask them to give you a discount or something for you for free, like
That's
they're
really
literally taking money out of their
Yeah.
pocket and giving it right to you.
Yeah,
That's exactly what it is. Because you own a business, that don't mean that you're rich.
of course not.
Like, you guys got to take that perception out of your head. If you own a business, it doesn't mean that you're rich. It doesn't mean that you're making a lot of money. It just means that you're grinding every day to try to grow something that wasn't there before. And it's not easy.
Yeah.
So when you go in and you ask for a discount or you ask for this, like, try to be reasonable about it. Or make sure you have put in the work and make sure you actually have invested in that business before you come in and be like, hey, you know what? I'm about to buy 10 shirts off of you. Can you take 10% off? Great. Or I'm about to buy 5 shirts off of you. Can you take 10% off? That's a different approach. But when you come in and you only want to buy 1 t-shirt and you try to get it for free, that's it. I'm not saying that we won't give stuff for free because we do. We do to the people that we care about, the people that we appreciate. We do it all the time. But it's not easy when some people come us out of the blue.
And
Thank you,
and let me tell you who it be. Be the person that never shared anything.
Never
from
shared,
you.
never posted
Never
a single picture.
never did anything. Never probably even messaged you to say like, "Hey, good work."
Yeah.
Sometimes even they show the support. All of that. You might feel like, okay, I'll take this hit. I'll do it. But it be those that never show any sign of like support or anything, and then
All
out
love
of the
to
blue,
everybody, but come on,
then-
we gotta change. We gotta stop that. We gotta stop that.
it goes.
I think, like, for me, I'm like, in my opinion, I'm very hard on this type of stuff. Like, you go to H&M, you buy whatever you want to buy. You buy the entire store.
Yeah.
If they have a discount, they have a discount. If they don't,
they
you
don't.
go to pay, and you pay whatever price you gotta pay.
And you paid. We paid like happy. Like,
The price-
here's my card.
Yeah.
Swipe that. Like,
So
and then
whatever you go,
Come in, show the drip, stick it in the
whatever-
washing machine, shrink.
whatever you go, the price is the price. Doesn't, like, I'm not saying H&M specifically. I'm just saying whatever store that's a big brand, you go in as a customer, the price is the price. You go and you pay. Why do people feel entitled that if you go to a local community shop or local community store, you feel entitled of asking for a discount? Like, why is that? Like, why do people feel entitled? Oh, because it's my buddies. Nah, bro, you don't have to ask for a discount. If it's your buddies, then he will offer you a discount.
Yeah.
He will offer you a discount if he can. If he can't, then it's all good because you're showing love. And as I said, it goes back to that thing of, if you're buying the same quality, then you just gotta pay the price.
Yeah.
You just gotta pay the price because, as I said, that dollar is going directly to your friends or that local guy or woman's family directly. But you're still asking for a discount.
Yeah.
Why is that? Like, that I don't support that. I am against that. Like, I like, okay, loyalty, repetitive customers, etc. Then the business will give you a discount or help you out when they can. Or even, hey, if you got a buddy that works in construction, right? And you bought a house and they'll do a work for you, and that work is cost you like $7,000 or $8,000. Then don't ask for a discount. Say, hey, boy, or hey, brother, can I pay you in 5 installments, 3 installments, 2 installments? Don't ask for a discount because he's not giving you a discount on the work that he's putting in. If he has to spend a week or 2 weeks doing the work, then he's gonna spend 2 weeks. He's not gonna do the work in 1 week because you asked for a discount. Nah. So just, the price is the price. Literally, the price is the price. If it's local or if it's a big company, the price is the price. Just pay for the product. If you believe in the brand, If you believe in the food, if you believe in the clothes, if you believe in whatever service or product you're getting, then just pay the price. Simple as that.
But I mean, there's also a blurry point when it comes into the quality of products and services, because especially where we come from, right? And I'm talking about places that already bought stuff from, like Sucupira, for example. Sucupira is a place, and it sucks because most of the people that are selling over there, they don't have the means to produce a full line of clothing or to invest on whatever they're doing and provide really quality products. So a lot of the products that you buy over there are not high quality. But we know that. We understand that. It's still a black-owned business. But people tend to get blurry with that, right? They think that, okay, nah, I'm looking at Sucupira. Most people are buying it within this price range and the quality is not that bad. So they project that vision onto everybody else. That's what's wrong about it, because they sell for the masses. Sucupira sells for the masses. Yeah. They don't sell for the like one or two people. They sell for everybody else. There's the people that have the power to spend in Cape Verde, for example. They don't go to Sucupira, but they're like the 1%, top 1%, top 2%. 98% of the people are doing that. So when you have a business that you're trying to grow, how can you convince the 98% that your product is actually worth $40 for a hoodie, or $40 for a t-shirt, or $40 for whatever?
Then it comes down to your marketing and your business structure. Yeah. Simple as that. It's how much work you're putting into, because at the end of the day, people gotta understand. And I talk clothing just because it's what we do, right? A hoodie from Nike, or a hoodie from Champs, or a hoodie from whatever brand, it's still a hoodie, pretty much. If you just buy in the basic,
there's like it's a ceiling hoodie that you hit.
Now,
all
the production and the visual content that Nike does, or the production and visual content that Champs does, is totally different. Hence the price difference, right? So small businesses, okay, we're not competing with those top brands, but if you're charging a premium for something, then people gotta believe in the brand. People will not buy the hoodie. People will buy the brand. People are not buying Islndz hoodies. Yeah. People are buying a piece of clothing from Islndz because they believe in the brand. And I'm talking Islndz because that's what we do, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure you guys can agree. You guys buy Islndz because you guys believe in the brand. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, a t-shirt from season 1 and a t-shirt from season 3, it's still a t-shirt. The design will change, the color will change, but it's still the t-shirt. But because you guys see and because you guys know the amount of work that goes behind developing that product, then you'll buy it, because people buy with emotions. So simple as that. The brands gotta do all they can.
That's a good point.
Exactly.
So that's a great point. That's a great point for black businesses. So if you own a black business, right, focus on your marketing strategy to kind of convey that message of how good your product really is and how it will impact the life of whoever is buying it, right? And we put a lot of effort, we put a lot of time into doing it. It works. It works. And a lot of people come up to us and be like, hey, you guys did a very good job on this marketing campaign. Filipe is actually the one that he's in charge of getting everything kind of together. I help him out developing the content, but he kind of organizes it and puts it out there. So it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of man hours to get it all together. But ultimately, that's what we should be focusing, you know what I mean? When you're a minority small business, to convey quality. When you're trying to also, of course, the product,
I think it's
needs to speak for itself as well.
Exactly. Like, I think the first focus is you gotta have the product. You gotta have the product. You gotta work on the product, and then you think about the marketing. You cannot have a marketing and then you don't have the product. That basically is like that basically is like a scam. So you're putting all the
Walking with
No,
marketing.
one
no,
leg.
of course.
It's
but
like if you're putting all the marketing, you're
Exactly.
sending all the message, but it's not there
But
with the
what
product. You know?
what I'm saying is that if you're
You
like,
gotta be able to.
I'm saying for established businesses, like businesses that are running. I'm not saying for people like any business that is just popping up and doing one T-shirt just to get money on. Nah, I'm just saying for established businesses that have their products and believe in their, as I said, believe in their products. If you believe in your product, then for me, the customer, to believe in your product, you gotta show
to understand
me
it.
something.
Yeah, the message.
Because I can get a hoodie or I can get a cup in my hand, and you, the owner, say it's worth $50. I'm the consumer.
You need to understand
I get the
why.
cup. If I just see the cup for the first time, I'll say, okay, maybe this cup is the same cup that I just drank coffee at home. I don't know the story behind it.
Yeah.
But then if I see the marketing, if I see the hustle, if I see all the components around developing this cup, then I'll justify and say, okay, yeah, hence why that cup is worth $50.
It's exactly. It's an it has to be an efficient message. You know.
Exactly.
The way you send the message, tell the story, explain it. Be able to say exactly what you want to say, the way you want to say it, so people understand it. And it has to be constant and consistent. So people see it, they hear about it.
Exactly.
That's how you actually be like telling people about it. And another big one is your community. It's like your friends, the people that buy, when they share. That's like the most powerful like way to get, let's say, trust. Because if I haven't seen, if there's one thing I see online all the time, but until this guy shows up and like, hey man, you've seen this thing, or even I ask him like, yo, you have that wristband, what's that? Fair. Oh, this is Whoop. It's like, oh, that thing I see on Instagram all the time. Boom, Then I have a trust. There's a connection there, So I think that's important. It's all about the community, where we come from, all the people, sending the message, sharing that social media power.
And that's how, like, for example, Drake, Virgil Abloh, all of them, they build that hype by making sure their inner circle is showcasing the products before they're even released. So that generates a lot of excitement on what's being done. You know what I mean? So there's many ways. I mean, it's cool that we branched off into these ideas and we're dropping in dimes for you guys that are out there creating your businesses. But ultimately, people are always gonna judge. They're always gonna judge the quality of product. They're always gonna ask you, oh, it's not worth that much. Can you do a discount? Can you do this? Can you do that? But it's your responsibility to make sure that you're presenting your product in the best way, and that you build that brand equity. You know what I mean? Because minority businesses are always going to take the short end of the stick when it comes to quality. You know what I mean? Like Italian restaurants, just because you say Italian restaurants, people think, oh, I'm already in Rome and I'm eating this best spaghetti that's like fresh out of the garden. And they're probably making your spaghetti with a bunch of processed food, bunch of processed pasta and processed tomato, whatever. You don't even know. But they have that brand equity that an Italian restaurant is such a great thing that you think of it as, this, different thing, right? But they're all the same, man. They're all the same at the end of the day. So just focus on your brand messaging. So.
Yeah, thanks.
We can go to the next one. Let's hit the next topic. So our next topic is, and it's great that we flow this conversation into this, is what can we do to keep up with the momentum to support Black communities? You know what I mean? What can we work on? What can we do better? And what has been done out there that you guys see as a potential thing for people to keep riling on?
Yeah, so things like this, one of the things, bring awareness, like business owners, creative people, like networking, share. We see this in the Instagram and social media all the time. Support your friends' businesses the way you support the famous artist, your favorite singer, your favorite clothing brand, support your friends' businesses the same way you do that. Like when they release, like artists, if you have a friend that's an artist, when they release something, share it the same way, the same exact way you share that new Drake song, right? When Gucci releases a new belt, share it, share your friend's hoodie the same way you're sharing that Gucci belt. It's the same thing. Or wear your friend's t-shirt with pride the same way you wear a Gucci bag, or you put on that Alexander McQueen shoes. Use that same pride when you're representing local businesses and artists and black owned, whatever. As long as it's local and you know you're supporting someone that's grinding to become something bigger, then do the same exact thing, you know? Just share it with pride, use it with pride, and that's how we're gonna go for it. That's how we're gonna go for it.
And I mean, one of the things that you can do as well is like go up to your friend and be like, hey, how can I help you, man? What can I do to help you right now? Like, do you want me to share on Instagram? Do you want me to carry around some flyers? Do you want me to post this in my school? Do you want me to try to get some work people to come over and do something? You know what I mean? It's like there's so many ways for you to be creative about it. There's so many ways for you to find creative ways of helping people.
Exactly.
It's just you have to want it. You have to be about it.
Yeah.
You have to walk the talk. It's not about just coming in and posting on social media and that was my bad. Nah, actually be about that action. Be about that action. What you got for you?
I can say I'm very appreciative of people that do that for us.
Yeah.
We have a lot of people. It's not that we're here saying that, oh, people don't do this for us. No, we're not saying that.
No.
There's a lot of people that do that.
Yeah.
People buy hoodies, they send a message, you know, they text, you know, they say
People that we don't
hey,
even
man,
know where they come
people
from.
we don't even know exactly. But people that we know and all of that, they always support. Very appreciative of that. During 2020 especially, we had a lot of like new friends, a lot of new people.
Bro, shout out to the 2020 support, not only for Islndz, but for every single business out there.
Right.
For every single consumer also. You guys were amazing, because that's the type of energy we need to just keep on moving forward. That's the type of energy we need, yo.
But to go to a different like way, how can we keep this, you know, momentum going? When I heard that question, I was already thinking about like, you know, Black Lives Matter. 2020 took a different, you know, step. You know, before 2020, I think we used to say Black Lives Matter, but we didn't actually, you know, see much. We didn't see much.
Yeah.
But like last year it was intense. Last year was tough. You know, especially with all kinds of, you know, not rallies, just the peaceful protests, right?
Yeah.
Different cities, you know, different, you know, towns, different times, you know, people was doing that. Social media, there was a huge social media movement. I think we just gotta keep doing that. We just gotta keep, you know, keep sending the message like it's not dead yet, you know, it's not done yet. We gotta keep pushing that. I think it's important. Social media, and again goes back to education, you know, keep putting facts out there, keep putting what's going on, you know, if there's, you know, social injustice, you know, brutality and stuff like that, has to be out there, because that's how we actually bring attention to different issues, and then they get solved, you know, out of the blue, things that you know would just be treated unfairly, and then we raise the voice, you know, people see the newspapers and all of that, and then they take care of it. Otherwise, they just let it go, you know.
Because the thing is, like, we got the consumers, right, and the business. Like the consumers, to keep the momentum, as I say, is just sharing, supporting, and going to the business and going and sharing the message. Now, we also got to talk about business owners, right?
Yeah.
Because business owners, if business is good, sometimes we forget about the community.
You don't see them. You don't see them.
Get your money right. But then put it back in your community, like business owners, everybody. Get your money right, but then put it back in your community. Like take 5%, 3%, 1% of your annual profits. I'm not even saying gross money. I'm just saying profits. Money that's just going straight to your pocket. And put it back in the community.
Donations.
Do some donations. Buy some school supplies and just give them to some families. Like business also business needs a lot of business. They gotta be involved in this so we keep up the momentum. Because I'm not gonna lie, we do have a lot of people within the black community. They are rich, millionaires, billionaires. So they gotta do something also because they have the money, they have the power, they have the networking, they have the status to make things work. So they also have the social responsibility to make something, Not only us here, because we're a small group, so we had to get together. We gotta get together. We gotta have a lot of people together so we can really create impact. But if we're talking about billionaires, millionaires, I'm not even saying artists. I'm saying like CEOs, people from venture capital companies. Like we do have a lot of those people that sometimes they just get their money right and they forget about the community. They forget about where they grew up. They forget about the high school they went. They forget about their local church. So that's stuff, and they gotta do something about it. They gotta do something about it. Feel guilty, humble themselves, and just put money into the community. Simple as that.
They jumped the fence to the green side, and then they never turned their back. They never turned their backs again. I mean, that's you guys hit it on the nail over there. You can see. I mean, a lot of the communities that you see around, like the Jewish community and all that stuff, they have a very tight knit on how they spend their money. You know what I mean? And that's the type of energy that we need to bring to all black communities. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do the same and do it for your people. When I'm talking black communities, okay, I'm Cape Verdean. I'm going to make sure my Cape Verdean people are right first. That's how I'm going to do it. And you're from Ethiopia, you're from Egypt, you're from whatever. Take care of your people. Look out for your people. And then build on it. Because black people create culture, man. We create culture. We do. We bring a lot to the table, and we bring a lot to the world for us to not be able to capitalize on it.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is our fault. A lot of it is not our fault as well. A lot of it is because of years and years of being oppressed and not being able to take capital gains off of it. And now is the time. Now is the time to link up with the right people. Now is the time to link up your investor that is out there making a whole lot of money with this small business so they can grow.
Exactly.
Because this small business is getting lines every weekend, but unfortunately they don't have the money to expend, and they don't have the money to grow and find a different spot where they can actually be taking more customers. So they have to turn customers away. That's what we want to do. We want to target the people that are actually putting in the work, and they're in that phase right now that it's just growing. But they just need the capital to move on, you know.
Yeah, but that's cool. But things are changing though. I can say that things are changing because
2020.
Man,
2021.
Man,
2021.
Man, black people were never be able to make this type of money, never before. Right now, we see black investors, we see black real estate owners, we see black multi-billion-dollar business owners, we see black everything. So there's a way to do it, right? We just got to make sure, again, the people that have done it, they pass down the blueprint so other people can follow. Simple as that.
Share the knowledge.
I have friends that are literally serial entrepreneurs. They have 3, 4, 5, 6 business, all doing great, black. So we can do it. It's not that we cannot. It's not that we're less than anybody else. Nah, we're not. It's just the information. Back then, they will make people would make sure that the information would not get to
Get
us.
through, yeah.
Now there's nothing they can do. It's out there. It's out there, and
Different
the
times.
information is rolling. So as I say, we just gotta keep on passing down the blueprint. Keep on passing down the blueprint, so people can come up, so we can level up as a community, right? So it's but things are changing, but we still have a long way to go. We still got a long way to go.
As a summary, what can we do to make sure the momentum is up? Share as much as you can on social media, obviously. Buy, and when you buy, don't be afraid of spending. Be ready to buy because you want to buy. Don't buy because, I'm kind of doing a donate. You're not doing a donation. Yeah. You're not doing a donation, bro.
Or a great service. You buy something that you want.
Exactly.
And you're buying it with pride. Like, I want this,
Don't come in and be like, I'm donating. No, you're not donating, bro. You're spending money for a good or a service. So when you buy right and buy confident. Network. Bring people together. If you know people that are doing great things, link them together. You know what I mean? You never know what can happen. Do that. So 3 things.
Yeah, facts.
Support, buy, and connect.
Facts. And that's the type of energy we want to bring to this type of podcast, and everything that we were talking was just that ass, like straight to the point. Straight to the point, and like no emotions here. Nah, don't say this because we're just going straight to the point. Then, like, I'm a business owner. I'm a black business owner, but I'm also a consumer. So I'm not here saying that I just buy just black or I just buy. I realized what's the things that I gotta do, and I'm doing it. So I'm learning from this podcast. And the same way you guys are learning. It's that, as I said, it's a process.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, my people. I'm on my pajama pants, but you know what? We got to wrap it up. It's been a great evening. Very good conversation, guys. I didn't know you guys had this type of knowledge in you. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful you guys got this shit. I'm usually the one that does the most conversation, but you guys did a great job talking today. You know what? Share this thing with everybody that you want to. You know what I mean? We're going to be dropping in Instagram tags to the people that we spoke about. We're going to drop all the information, right, Filipe? You got to make sure you do a right list.
And like, if you guys know people that would really like to be on a podcast, then just drop them their Instagram, email, name, whatever.
We'd
just
like to
drop
get in touch with them,
and we would get in touch with them, and we would bring it on because we just want to talk about what you guys want to hear, So
you guys got topics as well, any
suggestions,
topics, suggestions, anything,
plugs,
anything.
whatever.
We're gonna be collaborating, and it's gonna be a long year for Islndz. Expect a lot of new things to come your way. We're in the works. We're in the R&D phase, research and development. So we're doing a whole lot of that. So we're going to try to see if we can put more content like this and similar to this for the months to come. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you gals. This is Alex with Kiko and Ferox. Thank you very much.
And life is great. Life is great.
Peace.
Life is great.